you're going to have to excuse the hair. I've kind of just given up at this point with the whole COVID thing. BT has recently just launched, and when I say recently, it was like late March that it launched. It's 900 megabit per second, near enough gigabit consumer package. And you should really note the whole kind of consumer thing, because you can get leased lines with like, you know, gigabit up and down, and you can get in some areas of the UK like hyper optic, clear, gigaclear, and places like that. You can get those which will give consumers gigabit speeds. Fine, those are also very niche kind of. Hyper optics only available in a few cities, and gigaclear again a few cities. This kind of sorry, I'm going to stutter a lot in this video. This kind of BT thing that I'm telling you about today is going to be available in anywhere that has FTTH or FTTP, whatever you want to call it, and has BT or the sublets of BT, like I believe PlusNet, EE, Sky in certain parts of the UK. So I live in a town in basically the middle of nowhere, right in Cornwall, right at the kind of bottom end of the UK, and I'm able to get this speeds. It's not really something that's like, I don't get hyper optic, or you can kind of get that community gigabit kind of internet. It's nothing like that. It's proper consumer stuff. They've actually released a few new packages, including 100, 500 and 900, and they replaced the older packages. Like what I had before was 300 down by 50 up. Now there's like a 500 package in that kind of price range. However, I've upgraded to 900 by 100. I actually found this out because I'm a massive snob when it comes to internet connections, which obviously is not great considering that this is a 900 package, so it's nowhere near the fastest in the world. There are places in other countries and other regions that have easy gigabit symmetrical, some 2 or 5 gigabit symmetrical. So anyway, every so often I will search up, can I get faster speeds? I found it within 30 minutes, it was ordered, and within 48 hours of that phone call, we had the speeds that we ordered. For context, and this is probably something I'm going to bring up a few times in this video, I live 15 miles to the nearest city and 40 miles to the nearest big city and the second next city. So in where I live, there's only one city in the whole county. So it's not exactly like I'm in a built up area. The setup process was fairly easy. We already have fibre to the property and we've had that since 2014. So nothing had to be installed. All it was a simple case of them sending out their BT Smart Hub 2, which is an MFND, which we got sent, and within 24 hours we actually got that, and it was like £9.99 postage and packaging. By the time we got that, we set it up, or I set it up rather, and yeah, we got the speeds. However, there is a significant issue, which is something I need to touch upon, and maybe it's something that you guys can help me in the video description, and maybe we can spread awareness of this issue. If you've been around for long enough, you'll know that I use my own Linksys gear. Now this one's a little bit dusty. We'll forget about that. In the past, I've used that gear and I've got the full 300 megabit down and 50 megabit up, and it's been fine. And because of BT's unreliable systems, the Linksys one's been really reliable, hasn't cut out since we got it a couple of years ago now. With this upgrade, I left my Linksys router MFND up on the shelf where it was plugged in, and I only managed to get like 100 down and 120 up, which, you know, is fine. However, prior to this upgrade, we were getting 300 down and 50 up. So even though the new connection was ready, and obviously we were upgraded because we got that 120 up, we won't be able to get the full download speed, which doesn't make sense because that was a lot slower than what we were getting on the old package. So we know that the router, the MFND, is capable of outputting those speeds, but it wasn't for some reason. And before you ask, this was on an Ethernet gigabit connection, so it wasn't like we were being limited to a certain amount. I still haven't got the Linksys one working. That's still only getting me about 180 down and about 120 up, which is fine, but it's not the speed I'm paying for. And on the BT Smart Hub 2, which has already failed a couple of times, it's got like, it easily gets like 850, 900 down by 120 up, so that's fine. The connection itself kind of fluctuates a little bit, which it tends to do with BT's Smart Hubs or BT Home Hub or whatever it is. They tend to just not be as reliable as standalone gear. And it's something that I really want to upgrade and do all that stuff, but I feel like if I went and bought something and set it up and it didn't work, like I'd have wasted my money. And if I can't get it working on this Linksys third-party gear, which I know works anyway, why would it work on anything else? Maybe there's a change of policy or something, but yeah. Either way, the connection's been stable, it's been pretty quick. I've managed to get about 90 megabytes per second downloading from Origin. It could be higher, but I feel like the Smart Hub is probably doing some stupid thing where it like almost changes the filtering of which programs and which devices, which clients get certain download speeds and upload speeds. It's something that prior BT hardware has been doing anyway, so I wouldn't expect it to change with this new system. But I just want to reiterate, this is something that I've been waiting for since I was a little kid. You know, I've been waiting for, I'm sure BT will never provide us with gigabit speeds. Sure, it's not quite there, so yeah, but I mean, it's up there, and it's definitely an improvement on when we first moved into this house. We could only get 80 meg down and 20 up. And then it moved to 300 down and 50 up. And now we're at 900 down, 120 up. It's a big improvement for somewhere like this, like I said, in the middle of nowhere. And this is a consumer connection. This is £67 a month, which to a lot of you, I'm sure, is a lot of money to pay for your internet. But we don't have like TV services. All the money is going into the internet connection, which is then spread between several different people. So it's not exactly like it's completely going to waste. And I am looking at some Ubiquiti gear, some Linksys gear, Asus, stuff like that, to see if I can get faster speed in terms of the range in the house on the Wi-Fi, also having a better connection or adding in switches so that we can get more connections throughout the house, stuff like that. But for now, I'd just like to get something working. If you have an answer to the whole third-party MFND not working as well in terms of speed as the BT Smart Hub, let me know, because I'd love to get something else working. And I'm sure lots of people in the comments are going to tell me about how they've got HyperOptic, GigaClear, Google Fi or Google Wireless or whatever it is, and how you're all getting 2 gigabit down and 2 gigabit up. And you know what? I'd love to have that, but unfortunately, I live in the UK, which was very stingy at the start about fibre connections, and even so now, I live in the middle of nowhere, so it's not like we're going to be getting super quick speeds anyway. I want to finally thank BT for giving us speeds that are actually fairly decent. And no, I'm not sponsored to say any of this. They haven't worked with me or anything. I've actually got a fairly poor relationship with BT. However, this is just something I wanted to make a video about, because when I first heard about this, I looked it up and there are basically no videos about it on the internet. If you've not enjoyed me stuttering and kind of forgetting my words and everything, I'm really sorry. You know, depression's hit hard recently, and with that, not necessarily that I'm really sad, it's more that I just keep forgetting everything. My memory is like a sieve, and yeah, with that comes like stuttering and stammers and stuff. I just hope I've edited this video so it's fairly coherent. Thank you all so much for watching. Please do like, dislike, comment, subscribe if you're new around here to never miss a video like this one. And also check out all my social medias and my Patreon link in the video description as always. I want to give a massive shout out to my patrons for being amazing and continually supporting me, so thank you all so much. I've been Ryan Thomas, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.